Now, I've seen a rise in conversations of people talking about how they should quit their 9 to 5 and go off and be an entrepreneur, but let me be the first to say that that's a stupid idea. Most people just aren't equipped enough to go off into the free world, become their own bosses, and all of a sudden make that $10,000 a month that most of IG or YouTube tells you. And overall, I think even entertaining conversations like this is just harmful for most people.
I gotta be honest, I quit my corporate job that made me like $200,000 a year. And all I can think about is working like back of house at a restaurant. Like, I truly think that like that's the only thing that will make me happy. Like, the thought of going back into corporate America, like in any capacity, just doesn't make me happy. Like, I'm not like the joy that it would be to like work on the grill, you know, serve up orders, quick, fast communication with customers. Like, that's like what I want to do.
Now, let's just agree that working for $200,000 a year is a position of privilege. For most places in America, even in high cost of living areas, $200,000 is plenty enough for most people. Now, I worked at McDonald's my first job, and if you worked retail or fast food, you know that working with customers or working with food is not all it's built up to be. And honestly, I think this conversation sort of seems like the grass is always greener on the other side, because someone who's working corporate just wants to have their dream job, and someone that's working, retail or fast food simply wants to work corporate because they're tired of working with customers. But it's conversations like this where if you actually take an external look, someone who is working or making $200,000 a year could simply just grind for a few years. And looking into FIRE, which stands for financially independent and retire early. So someone like this or in this position could simply just work for 10 years while living frugally and saving or investing a majority of their income to do whatever they wanted later on down the road. Because most people in this situation could easily save up and go live in a low-cost area. Simply put, people could grind up front with a job that they hate that's simply paying $200,000 a year and use it as a stepping stone to go live your dream life. But let's just agree that that is not a normal conversation. Most people don't make $200,000 a year. If that, most people don't make six figures a year. Most people are simply getting by with $30,000 to $50,000 a year and just living paycheck to paycheck. Most people simply just have a soul-sucking job, working 9 to 5, and unfortunately hating their life, and that's most scenarios.
Motherfuckers always asking me my dream job like I just like working. Bitch, I hate working. I tell people all the time, bro, my dream job is to not have a job. I hate clocking in. I hate talking to managers. I hate having meetings. I hate having coworkers. I hate everything about having a job. I hate having to wait on a paycheck. I hate this shit. I really hate this shit. I hate working this job. I hate working a job. I tell people this shit all the time. I don't want a job. I don't want a job. I want to act, I want to rap, because shit like that, it don't feel like a job. I want to do shit that doesn't feel like a job. It don't feel like a job. I got to wake up in the morning and swipe a card, or I got to get on Chronos and log in, get on ADT, log in. I got to motherfucking receive a call from my manager and be like, hey, did you do this? I don't want to hear none of this shit. I'm tired of this shit on my mama. I'm 2 seconds away, 2 milliseconds away from slapping my manager, my boss, and all my coworkers. I swear to God, and whoever own this company, and whoever own a company. I swear to God, I hate working. We always get underpaid. And it's so crazy because your job not really your job. It's just your turn, because at the end of the motherfucking day, they can fire you whenever the fuck they want to. If they getting low on business, they can fire you and they gonna call it a layoff, because of course you able to get unemployment if they call it a layoff. But I'm just saying, like, your job is not really your job. It's just your fucking turn. You could be down bad on your ass and you really need to work overtime and you can't even fucking work overtime. You don't even got a job no more. You don't even fucking know, because they low on business right now. But I don't like this shit. I don't like this shit. I don't like this shit. And I really hate the fact that I got to depend on this shit right now. But one day, I'm not going to need to depend on this shit. One day, I'm not going to need to depend on this shit and deal with these stinking ass customers, deal with these stinking ass managers, deal with these stinking ass coworkers. I just hate it.
Now tell me that y'all don't understand the struggle of what he was saying. Now that's really the average worker situation. They hate working where they're at. It's not the whole cozy making $250,000 a year wishing that they can go work, on a grill somewhere. This is someone who's grinding every day, likely paycheck to paycheck, underpaid, overworked, walking on eggshells, because let's be honest, the whole employment or corporate environment, working around employees. And it's unfortunate because what he said, most employers simply are just willing to kick you off or, fire you at any turn, because Most people need a job. And it sucks because when we're in a climate like this, it's just overall harmful for most employees. Like a generation ago, you could probably work any job, just realistically any job. Let's just say 50 years ago, you could have worked any job, you know, had a house, had a backyard, living in, you know, suburban somewhere and being able to provide for your family. But we understand that that American dream is essentially gone. But with voices like that, you understand that we're literally probably on the last straw that breaks that camel's back with almost everyone's finances. So essentially on one end, we have people telling you to quit your job while they're in a privileged position. We have people telling you how they're struggling working their 9 to 5. But thankfully we have on the other end, people telling you, how to work that 9 to 5 and just grind through it, because voices like that need to be heard. Because let's be honest, whenever people have problems, there's gonna be someone trying to offer a solution, but we understand long-term that those solutions aren't good. Making $10,000 a month drop shipping, we know based off history and just looking at the numbers that most people can't do that. Because spoiler alert, most of it's not real. It's just social media. And the only person who's making the money is the one selling it to you.
Oh, fuck, man. I just did a lot of work. I just did a lot of goddamn work, man. I'm over here sweating like a goddamn slave. But let me talk to y'all for a little bit, man. Guys, please don't quit your job right now. Listen to me. Please don't quit your job right now. You can't afford it. You can't afford to quit your job right now. The job market is fucked up. I talk to truckers every day.
Now, I feel like voices like this are more important now than ever.
Fucked up right now. Not to mention, the folks coming in taking the black jobs or whatever, but the job market is messed up, man. There's really not a lot of jobs out here, bro. There's really not a lot of jobs out here. I had to script and scrape just to pull this contract off, bro. I had to bust my ass just to pull this contract off, bro. It's tough out here, man. I'm telling you, it's tough out here, bro. There's gonna be a lot of people over here. They're gonna be trying to sell you courses, sell you all types of shit to tell you how to get into this industry, how to get into that industry, bro. Don't buy it. It's all bullshit, bro. If you want to get into that industry, you can just get into that industry, bro. You don't need a course for none of this shit, bro. It's not really a course, it's just information. You just need to know.
I mean, literally what he's saying is 100% true. Realistically, YouTube University is the largest college online, and it's teaching you everything 100% for free. All you have to do is search it. Just like this content, which, like, comment, subscribe.
Know where to go to get the information, to get the job that you want to get, you feel me? That's all that it is. Do not let these people trick you into buying courses, especially box truck driver. You don't need to get courses for all that, bro. All the information is already all online, bro.
I think there was a situation where the truck driving guru got caught by JT, where he essentially called her out talking about how, she's not doing anything and she was just taking people's money or selling courses or something like that. Let me know down in the comments. I remember JT literally had a conversation with her, but it was one of those things where you understand that, like I said earlier, when there's going to be a problem, especially when someone's talking about finances, love, or any of the heartbreak or health kind of situations, there's going to be some people who just try to take advantage of, those because they sense, it's just a scamming environment where they understand that if people have problems, they're going to make up some random solution and just try to, run off the bag.
Oh, you don't need to buy a course for none of that stuff. In terms of how to do your own dispatch and all that other stuff and calculations, gas, insurance, the rentals, leases and stuff like that, all that stuff you can look up. And that doesn't require that's just regular business acumen that you need to know. You know what your overhead is, you know what you're breaking in, how you gonna keep the business going, stuff like that. But in terms of like the grand scheme of things, bro, there's not a lot of jobs out here, bro. Trust me, it's not a lot of jobs out here. What they're doing right now is they're giving more work to people who already got the job for the same rate. That's the only thing. They're giving people more work that already have the job for the same rate. There's no jobs out here, bro. There's no jobs out here, man. So listen to me when I'm telling y'all, bro. Be careful when y'all leave y'all jobs. It's not worth it. Just hang tight. Go to school if you got to go back to school. Do what you got to do to get the more secure job. But in terms of right now, don't quit your job right now. We don't know who's going to be president. We don't know what the economy is going to look like a year, maybe a year and a half. Shit, even 6 months from now, we don't know what the economy is going to look like, bro. So we definitely got to bide your time and try to be strategic in terms of switching jobs or switching to your careers and all that. So that was just all I had to tell y'all for right now. But yeah, y'all know me. I be driving the truck, bro. I go in, I see what truck I want to use, say, hey, give me that truck. I get the truck and I get to work, bro. Some situations you just can't get in without a friend, bro. Respectfully. You can apply all you want, but if you ain't got a homie that working there, it's slow. It's not gonna happen. So all I gotta say is, try to keep your job. If you ain't got no job right now, keep applying, bro. Something gonna push through. Shit, if you can't do that, man, go on Craigslist, bro. Put in ads to clean people's houses, cutting grass, garbage disposal, yard cleanup, food cleaning. Do what you gotta do to get some money, bro. Don't listen to these people try to finesse you out your dreams, bro. Don't let that shit happen.
Now, I feel like real motivational positions like that will put things into perspective for most people. Unfortunately, I feel like the conversation that you have to grind and unfortunately work for something is just a lost art. The most realistic conversation I can have with someone is life's not perfect and you're gonna have to work for what you want, especially when there are other people out there who are essentially competing for the same things that you want. Life simply just isn't perfect. If anything, the thing that's perfect are people presenting as it is on social media. And unfortunately, whenever you see social media, just know that that image that they're posting or that situation that they're telling you about is only the perfect version. No one's gonna post their problems. No one's gonna post the bad angles. They're essentially only gonna post perfection. And when you see something like that on social media, you're unfortunately gonna have an internal comparison because it just makes sense. When you see someone having something, you're gonna have to compare it to yourself. But understand that if you get off of social media and if you go into the real world, you understand that most people are either faking it, and the people that actually have it just simply aren't going to be showing it. And all of the information is going to be out there for free. All you have, we have smartphones, we have, devices that are better that took people to the moons. But most people simply use it to doom scroll instead of actually learn information. But I think one of the largest problems is that people unfortunately work a mind-numbing job. And I think the overall conversations about pushing or pursuing a career or a profession are actually lost. Now, I've given tips on how to streamline working on checking that box for your degree, which going to Sophia or working, study.com and going to like a WGU or some college online just to check that box so you can actually work a career or profession faster and cheaper instead of going to like an in-state college that pays, or it's gonna require $100,000 in tuition. Most people, most employers, simply just want you to check that box. And even having a bachelor's degree now is simply just throwing you into the standard requirement. Most people require, a 4-year degree, 10 years, experience just for an entry-level position. So when you're talking about having a field like that, you need to, sort of streamline your process of just getting to the door. And you could do this by actually narrowing in on different careers or professions, working on your actual digital presence, like your resume or your LinkedIn profile, and making sure that you're ready for whenever you get into the door. And you can do this by having like pre-interview questions like ChatGPT, or you can do this by having a built-in network of the company, because a lot of the times it's not about what you know, it could be about who you know. But at the end of the day, people need to link up what they like doing, what actually pays, and what people are willing to pay for. And I think having a realistic expectation of what you're going to be doing in the world actually helps too. Because at the end of the day, it's simply supply and demand, and competence gets compensated. But let me know your thoughts down below. And if you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.